Hi everyone. Okay, so I want to talk about The Last Stand. First thing that I want to do is just share this. I got the Sawtooth Blade. This thing looks absolutely amazing. Scouts are a fantastic class, and this weapon, it just seems absolutely fantastic. Even if you can't push for the new character, I would recommend this. Doesn't look like it would work very well. Those serrated, blades would just get stuck in a zombie's head, so I don't know why it's as powerful as it is. But extra damage, regain an action point once per turn, reduce the threat by one. I mean, it stacks a whole bunch of really desirable traits all in one. So happy to have that. Still love the bayonet musket, but this is another tool for the toolbox. So very, very happy to have that, and I haven't spent a penny to get it either. I've just done daily quests and stuff. But we're here to talk about The Last Stand. I'm in the top 9% with my score, so I guess I'm qualified to talk about it. Let's talk first of all about your team choice. Now, I'm doing this because it's been out for a couple of weeks, this game mode. Sasha is the best leader. She just is, at least in my opinion, and that's because of her good out of bad trait. As you get to face walkers which are a much higher level than you, you're going to get body shots. Body shots don't cause any damage. Normal attacks don't cause enough damage. What you need is charge attacks. And leading into that, that's why I use the harpoon gun. If you don't have the harpoon gun, the one with Lucky especially, I'd recommend it. It's hands down the best hunter weapon. There are other good hunter weapons, but nothing comes close to the effectiveness of this. And it's just because you only need 2 charge points to get your special attack, and your special attack roots the enemy in place so that they can't advance towards you, which is the problem with The Last Stand. When you get to those higher levels, you need multiple turns to take out the bad guys. This buys you an extra turn. Hit that tank, hit that goo, outright wipe out the speedies because they're not that tough. Nothing comes close. I'll go more into it when I do a video about what I think about the survivors and traits to have. Something that is also key, ruthless. You need ruthless. I would love for this to also have lucky, so that the good out of bad trait has more chance of kicking in. But as it is, we're less likely to get stunned. Extra health, well, by the time we start getting hit, that doesn't really come into play much. But ruthless, re-roll it on your favorite characters, make sure that you get that. Glad that I've also got lucky. And then the badges, damage and critical damage. Nothing to boost her survivability, because if the enemy's reaching you and attacking you, you're doing something wrong. You want to be able to take them out before they get to that point. I don't want critical chance because I want Sasha to get body hits. But when she does get that charge attack, critical damage all the way, because I want to maximize the hurt that attack delivers. I'm going with Rick. I'm going with, so we've got inspiration. I mean, that's just great. Extra chance of charge points on a kill. That's even more valuable than the damage increase. Although the damage increase is nice. It's 2 good traits. By themselves, they'd be debatable. Together, it's a good mix. It's just a really, really good mix. Obviously, ruthless, extra damage on charge attacks. Lucky, more chances of your traits sort of kicking in, which of course plays into that additional charge point chance. The weapon of choice here is the Winter Flare gun from Guild Wars. Extra chance of charge points. Again, you want charge attacks. Lucky, great. Incendiary. This means that even if you do get a body shot, you can take off some damage turn after turn. If you set an enemy alight, he survives for a couple of turns. It's causing damage every single turn, and that's just a cool thing to have. High-powered, range of 3 spaces. You want range. You just do. Sometimes I'm going to use Survivalist Rick with the bayonet rifle, which is ostensibly a close combat weapon, but Also has a ranged attack. That's just great. I think range is the key, and part of that is because the speedy walkers have retaliate. So if you attack them and you're next to them and you don't kill them, they strike you right back, and that can be a killer. The armor, of course, very similar to Sasha's. I don't really want this. This doesn't really come in on last stand, so it's not a perfect piece of armor. We do have stun resistance that can be helpful, and Ruthless is the real selling point for that particular armor. Badges, what have I got? Critical damage. Yeah. Now this third slot. On my best run-throughs, I have taken Survivalist Rick, the Scout. He causes a lot of damage. With bayonet rifle, he's got a little bit of range as well, so you can set him up nicely to to intercept the enemy before they can get to you. I'm kind of keen to give some assault characters a go, especially with Decimator. The fact is you can hit so many enemies that if you have Sasha as your leader, the chances of you getting charge attacks is pretty great. The charge attacks do not work against tanks or goos, I don't think, but they will work against everything else, and they still cause a fair amount of damage. The Decimator is the weapon for assault guys, although I will still keep on experimenting with the Bulldozer shotgun, Daryl's assault rifle, because why not mix it up? This armor is pretty substandard. It's the best that I've got at the moment, and I need to work on that. I'm probably going to boost up that second piece of armor there. Dodge, not so great. Bullet dodge, not so great, although you can set her as a defender, I guess. Ruthless, that's kind of what I want. Assault classes aren't damage dealing classes, but why not go for that? What have I got here? Health. Why have I got health selected? I guess. Yeah, so these badges need some work. Yeah, the more I think about it, let's just go with this. I feel a bit more comfortable going with Rick. Scouts, of course, cause a lot of damage. They move quickly, which means that you have good visibility of the battlefield, which is useful. I'm using the bayonet musket because of the ranged attack, both the fact that it has reach when you use the melee attack, and the charge attack, of course, is a rifle attack. We've got Ruthless. This is a great trait, Hazard Suit, because 20% chance of body shots from the enemy. The fire damage, well, that might come into play since we're setting them alight with other Rick. Yeah, but it's all about that Ruthless, obviously. Ruthless, lucky, strong, yeah. And the badges, critical damage and damage. So these are the kinds of loadouts that I would recommend. Certainly bring Sasha, and I really recommend bringing ranged characters just because the speedies are such a threat. Especially if you have shooters with high-powered weapons. Obviously, I've got Rick. He's a bit of a standout there, but you know, with the bayonet musket, it kind of changes the complexion of the tactics that you can use. So let's just dive into this, and I'll talk you through what I'm doing. So, first turn, you get into position. I never recommend being exactly where the enemies spawn. Don't need to do that. Oh, actually, don't ever actually, try not to be where Shooter Rick is at the moment, because the enemy can just, they can come out a couple of spaces, and then all of a sudden you're trapped. Really, you want to be sort of 3-4 spaces away from the side that they're going to come into. Ideally, doesn't matter so much when they're not, you know, when it's sort of this level, because they're not going to be that much of a problem. But definitely as you go through the stages, you want to be thinking, well, where's the enemy coming from? Whoops. Where's the enemy coming from, and how do I avoid getting trapped by them? So, just made a mistake there, didn't I? I misjudged the distance. I strongly recommend having the tactical grid on because it helps you avoid making mistakes like I just made. At this difficulty setting, not too much of a problem. The enemy just can't cause that much damage. They're not just going to outright kill me or anything. But you don't want to get into the habit of making those kinds of careless mistakes. Okay, now what I'm also doing, and this is a tip, is that I'm making sure that I'm killing at least one walker per turn. Why is that? Well, look at the score multiplier at the top. If you are offing a walker each turn, it keeps going up to a maximum of times 10. If you have a turn where you don't kill an enemy, the multiplier starts going down. The whole purpose of this is you get as many points as you possibly can for the best rewards. So if you can, you want to kind of manage your killing, for want of a better way of saying it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So what do we got? 3 turns. So let's just take a little pop at him, cause a little bit of damage. Yeah, we're going to stab the Speedy. I think we've got somebody at the top there. I think I just saw some movement going on. So let's move you here. Right. Okay, I've just made a mistake there. Let's take you out. We should get a double shot against that Speedy. Yes. Okay, and then it's kind of worked out because now we've got another target to kill. Let's see. Yes, I know what I said about don't be where the enemy are going to appear, but there weren't many going to be appearing. So I just sort of took a educated guess as to whether I would be in trouble. I wasn't. That's great. So obviously we're going to take a little bit of fire damage, but we've got that lovely fire resistant armor, which helps. Making sure that we're killing a walker each turn again. Okay, this is kind of where we want to be. We kind of want to be a good distance away from them. 1, 2, 3. Right, that Speedy should get stabbed. Yes, he should. I know that we've got another one up here. Yeah, it's a Speedy. So keeping track of what has come in, because if it's a Speedy, you know that they might be able to take you by surprise. They might be hiding, but you also know they're not very tough, and you're going to be able to take them out with a pretty basic sort of charge attack. And there's some other hints as to what is here. So I think there must be some more walkers at the top there, because there are some crescented out spaces. I'm not sure, but I'm going to assume the worst. Right, if we move you... whoops. Kind of wanted to move it in range so that armored guy... Yes, yeah, there we go. There we go. Alright. I'm being quite liberal with Survivalist Rick's charge attacks, and that's because every time he makes a charge attack, he actually passes a charge point across to his teammates. 2, 3. You know, so you may as well make the most of that. And you're better off, if you're umming and ahhing about whether to kill or not, you're better off making that kill. Having the charge point in the bank, so to speak, is no good if you're you know, if you're dead. So let's try and clear the pitch, as it were. What do we got? We got two big uns. They're a good distance away. Let's charge that. See if we can get body hit. No. Well, we did, but it didn't trigger the good out of bad trait. What do we got? We've got 3 turns. So we're going to have a couple of turns where we're not going to have killed a walker. That's okay. We're now getting to the stage, and you can decide where this is for you, where it's more important that we kill the walkers, clear the clear the stage, as it were, before other ones come in, so that we don't start getting overrun. So I'm not concerned about maximizing that points multiplier now as much as I am about actually getting rid of these walkers. I would like that to kill him. Yeah, what do we got? We've got a normal and we've got a tank. That's fine. Try and hit as many as we can to get as many body shots. And look at that, see? She now has a charge attack waiting for her next turn. This is why I like Sasha and recommend her as a leader. We've got 2 turns. So I was saying about you don't need to worry about juggling the score multiplier, but if you can and it's not too much of a risk, well, you know, go for it. Yes, that's fine. Do we get body shot? No. Well, we do, but it doesn't charge up. Let's... Oh, I meant that to be a charge attack. Didn't matter anyway. That was a slight mistap, but... And... sometimes you just got to have some fun. Bam. Come on, who wouldn't have done that? That's just a lot of fun. Let's see, let's keep him alive again. I know I said don't worry too much about the score multiplier, but I want to keep it at ×10 if I can. Especially since we're kind of doing okay here at the moment. Okay, I really want to use this charge attack. You know what, I'm going to be cautious, real cautious. I wanted to use it against the armored guy or the tank, but the opportunity did not present itself. I want you staying there. Yeah, that's good. Now, I don't know, yeah, 1, 2... Okay, here we go. So here we go. The pitch is starting to get a little full. Do I want to take out multiple enemies with this charge attack? Yes, I do. But the immediate threat is that armored guy there. Oh, have I just put myself in range of that? I made a mistake. What I'd love to do is use that, the pile of gore, so he can't... Oh, what the heck. Why not? We're doing a video here. We gotta make it good. Let's do that. If I had taken Princess as I was considering, that would count as an effect on the zombies that improves the damage that she causes, because that is her special ability. No, I don't want to put you there. I was trying to think if there was a way that I could get it so that Survivalist Rick could stab somebody, but it wasn't going to happen. What are we going to do? We're just going to book it. We're just going to get the heck out of here. We're surviving another turn. I mean, you know, look at that. They're closing in. There's not sort of a ton that I can do here, and at some point you've got to face your fate. But let's go down fighting. You know, you can have a turn or two of struggling where you're not, you know, you're not going to die. Right, we're going to do that so that we can get Survivalist Rick out of there. Go for it. Slow him down. Go. Can you set him alight? Yes, you can off him. And we're really just getting to the point where we want just... It's those last couple of kills that we're going to get that might make a difference. Are we going to survive much longer? Just, it's not very likely. But let's go down swinging. Okay, go there. Can you stab? No. Oh, slightly misjudged that. Well, I say slightly misjudged. I completely screwed it up. you know, next turn we're gone. I mean, we just are. But that's okay. We got an okay score. We got an okay score. That's not the best score that I've had. I think 1900 is the best that I've had on this particular one. But hopefully you know you've seen just a few little strategies that I use in team selection. A few little examples of maybe how to take out these walkers and get a fairly decent score. Was that the score that we got? No. Yeah. So it's okay. Not as great as that. I don't know what I did there. 74 walkers killed. I mean, that's just fantastic. But yeah, that's a brief idea of how I go about doing my last stand missions. If you've got something that works, if you've got some strategies, team selections, anything like that, please do let us know. And as ever, thank you for watching.